once in a while, I look at the social media when I want to maybe to follow on gossip going on. Once in a while, I look at the social media. Last night, I know there was a talk that I could discuss in the social media that Koome will be sworn in by Koome.
President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Samoei Ruto, yesterday after dismissing his cabinet, including the Attorney General, he went on to say that much more changes are on the way on his government. And as the story is told of the ego, that after living for some period of time, the ego's feathers become so heavy that cannot carry him. It cannot fly. The claws becomes very blunt. The beak too becomes blunt. And at this time, ego has to move to a higher place on a rock. And it has to make a decision to either live like that without food until its death, or to decide whether it wants to live. And ego decided that it wants to live. And for ego to live, it means that ego must use its beak to remove the old feathers which cannot fly on its wings, and use the same beak to pluck off its claws which cannot anymore devour prey, and finally to hit its beak on the rock and to pluck it out. And then ego had to wait for around 2 weeks for the new wings to grow and new beak and claws that will see ego live for another time. It is a painful but unnecessary process for ego to live. The president is at that situation at the moment. He have to make very tough but necessary decision that will see his government survive, and he also survives in the office.
Jafeth Koome has resigned. The Deputy Inspector General of the Kenya Police Service, Douglas Kanja, will replace the IG Koome as the acting IG. In a communique sent to our newsrooms, which read in part, His Excellency Honorable William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, has on this 12th day of July 2024 accepted the resignation of it.
Because the strength that the youths have gathered over the years has come to this point where no amount of lies can placate their spirit. No amount of good speeches will make them tone down. They are continuing to push for further actions and changes in the government and within the political class. Today, IG of Police Inspector General Jafeth Koome resigns because of the pressure that Kenyans have been piling on him. It is not an easy decision to make. But just as his predecessor, Hilary Mutyambai, who resigned due to pressure that the Kenya Kwanza regime came with, the director of DCI, George Kinoti, had to resign and went into silence. So these are some of the things that we wanted to see as Kenyans. But the youths are not contented by the so far made actions that the government has taken. Raila Odinga is one of the or the last victim of the GenZs' wrath because of just a mere and a simple mistake as his style of politics. Raila comes up with some weird decisions that you wonder, who advised him? He was advised by the youths to keep quiet and to stay at bay and to leave them to do whatever they want to do and to change this country. Only to see Raila Odinga again sanitizing Kenya Kwanza regime, a regime which he was in the forefront to fight at its embryonic stage. Right now it is not easy with Raila Odinga out there. But ODM Youth Wing came out today to sympathize with him, for to his aid, and to say that what youths want at the moment must be put into policy, and policy cannot be made on the street, and that people must sit on the table. In other words, they were supporting the idea of Raila Odinga that youths must come to the dinner table and to share out their opinions and their thoughts. Rico Mondi said that referendum is needed. And on this referendum, some of the things that will be in the referendum is to reduce the number of the representative seats, that Kenyans are over-represented. When I say representation, I talk about the elective positions and those nomination political offices. Talk of the MCAs, talk of MPs, women rep, senators, governors, they're all the way to president and his deputy. And that these offices should be reduced. Because when you listen to Moses Kuria the other day on Citizen TV, he said that over $1 trillion Kenyan shillings is used to pay civil servants. Another $1 trillion is used to pay debts. So if we collect 2.9 or 8 trillion, then it means that we only retain around less than $1 trillion for projects, which is not good for any country which claims to be fast-growing third world state. We say that Kenya is the biggest economy in East Africa, but see the situation where we are. So those are some of the things that this Generation Z and others are advocating for. I listened to former Chief Justice William Tunga on X Space addressing the youths. He said that Raila is lesser evil, that all these politicians are just evils and we have to choose amongst them who will lead us. You saw, it is out there that even as we were going live air, 19 bodies were recovered in a quarry in Embakasi or pipeline. Today, dead bodies. We don't know where the bodies were from. The issue of kidnapping and abduction, which is claimed to be perpetrated by the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, their special branch wing, abducting people, subjecting them to torture, physical and psychological torture, with the mere abject abandon. They are so desperate for some information that they think the only way for you to produce that information is that you must be subjected to death, because it is said that the only thing that a man fears is death or torture. So many people have been abducted. Some later on were found dead. Some were released and dumped somewhere. that they cannot relate. And now the man who is like a fish drawn out of water and put on the dry sand beach is President William Samoei Ruto. He is yielded to despair and trouble at the moment. But Kenya is now on a new life because of the vigor and enthusiasm of the youths. We believe that the future is bright. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having your time. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also share your opinion on the comment section and share our videos. And to our subscribers, we want to say we are so grateful and we thank you for standing with MJR. Because if it was not you, this YouTube channel would have not been where it is. We are so grateful for 1,500 subscribers. Thank you and may God bless you.